Okay guys, so we're back and today we're here to talk about the 4th episode of the first season of Marvel's Spider-Man. Now this one is going to introduce us to quite an important character in Peter Parker and Spider-Man's life. This of course being the Black Cat, Felicia. And as luck would have it in this episode, this is all about the bad luck that Peter Parker has with everything he's doing. Something that this show I think has balanced very well when it actually comes to understanding the core of Peter Parker. And in this episode, we definitely get a good sense of he's having a hard time balancing his personal life and the Spider-Man life, and at some point both of these are going to intersect and it's going to get very bad. Now as the episode gets going, we actually see Black Cat. She's at Horizon and she's stealing a vial of black goo, which is V252. Which automatically I understood the reference, Amazing Spider-Man 252, the black suit, and obviously this is going to lead to the creation of something very important. And she uses her powers on Peter Parker, or Spider-Man I should say, and he trips up and he starts realizing that if you look into her eyes, this is going to turn out really bad for you, which honestly I really like that this is how they're playing that up, because it makes a lot of sense that this is how they want to deal with it. Now, not only that, this is also going to be dealing with the important element of him finally developing the Spider Tracer. Now, of course, the Spider Tracer is what he uses to be able to track down, where the enemies left after he leaves the Tracer on them. And what I really like about that is the fact that he's having a lot of trouble figuring out how it works and how to make it work in such a good way. Essentially keeps dropping GPS signal. And he learns that, yeah, this is probably happening because, well, you did something wrong. And it turns out it was actually the casing. It was too thick, so that's what happens with the signal. And there's a lot of good stuff they actually play with here. Like Black Cat actually goes to a comic book shop and she uses her, luck to kind of throw everything off for him. So he, has really a hard time stopping her, and she kind of gets him caught in a bunch of very terrible situations, if you want to put it like that. Another one I like that they do here is the fact they use his spider sense to a very cool effect, where Black Cat actually looks at this driver and he ends up spinning out, like the truck just kind of flips over and it's about to hit a bunch of people, and he uses math to actually calculate who he should say first, when, and how. Which I really like it when they show it like that, because once again, this show is taking a very big approach on dealing with the fact that this is more of a scientific Peter. Now, they also deal with the whole relationships thing and him having a lot of trouble making it to school on time and making it to classes on time and trying to spend time with Harry Osborn and things like that, which is pretty awesome because everybody's kind of getting fed up with him and they think he's just slacking off, but obviously we know he's not. And there's even a really good car chase here when Black Cat actually gets a hold of a car, which honestly I thought was pretty well handled and very well animated. Of course there's still the lack of color because that hasn't changed and it kind of looks a little bit muted, but overall, they do a very good job of establishing who Black Cat is, even if they never deal with the fact that she is Felicia in this. It's just the Black Cat. And at the end, it comes down to it, he does stop her, but there's a good amount of puns in this that they use. Obviously, in Peter Parker / Spider-Man, he says quite a few stupid lines, which I honestly like, and they kind of really play up with that, which is really great because, once again, Peter Parker's not a very cool guy. Even when he thinks he said something cool, it's obviously more or less always kind of lame, which I really like that they did that. Overall, this was a really great episode, great introduction to a few important elements, and I really can't wait to see where they go for this one. I would give this one a very solid 9 out of 10.